Welcome to the Hyper Growth Zone podcast. This is your go-to resource for personal growth, mastering communication, and influencing and persuasion techniques that will help you unleash the full potential of yourself and others. Here is your host, Alex Morgan.
Welcome to another episode of the Hyper Growth Zone podcast. My name is Alex Morgan, and I'm a master trainer of hypnosis and NLP. And on this episode, we're going to talk about how you can boost, maintain, and regulate your energy. And did you know that the thing that actually does this is your unconscious mind? So have you ever thought about how you can use your mind to help you when you're sluggish or overwhelmed or burned out? Or what if you need to be totally motivated for something? Have you ever thought how you can use your mind for that? Or maybe there's a time where you just need to maintain and regulate a certain amount of energy. Or what if you're going to sleep and you still feel like you have way too much energy? What if you could use your mind, your unconscious mind, and really you can because your mind is way smarter than you think, if you could use that to balance your energy so you can wake up feeling refreshed. And the wonderful thing is your mind and body and your mind, they have this connection. They're already in synergy in harmony with your energy as well. You already have this skill. You already have this resource inside of you. So why not spend some time consciously now thinking about how you can unconsciously use this skill, this power, this resource that's already inside of you. Now, I remember one time I was going to meet some new people, and I was a bit apprehensive at first to meet these people. And I thought, should I go meet these people? And I always think, okay, I might as well go, because if I don't go, are these people going to invite me the next time? Because what if they invite you a few times and you never show up? What's the incentive for them to keep inviting you if you keep rejecting them? So I went and I met these people. And as soon as I met these people, it felt like there was so much going on, and I didn't necessarily have the balance that I wanted. And throughout the night, it got me feeling a bit exhausted. And then I started to wonder, are these people for me? Do I want to be hanging out with these people? Should I be pushing myself like this? And I thought there's got to be an easier way to do this. And sometimes when I work with clients, they want to do hypnosis for specific things, really specific things, like being totally in control of certain things. And sometimes I tell them, I say, you don't even have to necessarily do hypnosis for this. Did you know that your unconscious mind already has this capability? If you ask your unconscious mind to do this, especially when you're going to sleep, if you tell your unconscious mind to please do something while you go to sleep, chances are that the next day or a few days after that, your unconscious mind will help you do this. So usually when a client has these requests, this is what I tell them. And a past student, one time, I was meeting with him and discussing his business and discussing various things. And he said he didn't feel like he was getting so much growth, all the growth that he wanted to get. And I asked him, why is that? And he said, I feel sometimes like I'm putting in effort to not think a negative thought, and it feels like it's more effort to use more positive thoughts in certain areas of my life. Do you have a hack that I can use? What's something that I can do quickly with the unconscious mind? And I said, why don't you just go to your manual from the training and go to the page that says Prime Directives of the Unconscious Mind. And he went to that page and he said, thank you. So how can you actually balance, maintain, boost your energy? Now, it's funny because I was mentioning a client earlier, and one of the things that you can do and you can focus on with your unconscious mind is you can actually use your unconscious mind to balance, boost, maintain, regulate your energy. Let's say that you're going to meet some people, or you're going to a party and you're more of a introvert. Really, all an introvert can mean is that in order for you to recharge, you like to be by yourself or with only a few people that you really, really trust. Where the extrovert, in order to recharge, they want to hang out with a bunch of people. This helps them kind of maintain and regulate their energy. Let's say, though, that you're an introvert and you're going to a party, and when you first meet all the people at the party, it feels like a lot of energy is just sucked out of you. So this leaves you maybe feeling drained, overwhelmed, burned out, because all you really wanted to do was recharge your batteries at home with your spouse or your family and just relax, and that would have been the optimal thing for you. However, what if you're in this situation and it's possible in the future that you do have to go to something like a party? So how can you actually use your body, your mind to regulate the energy here? Because this is something that I've felt too. So you don't want to have your energy too high. You don't want to have your energy too low. And so there's a few different things that I think you can do with the power of your mind to do this. The first thing, though, that you need to understand is what are the consequences, the positive consequences and the negative consequences of balancing your energy, boosting your energy, maintaining your energy, regulating your energy. So, of course, let's say something like waking up in the morning. Maybe you're really tired and you want to boost your energy. So if that's optimal for you, then feel free to do it. Now, if you're going to sleep, of course, you don't want to boost your energy. You may want to lower it so you can drift into a nice, comfortable, soothing sleep. So always consider in any situation the ecology. How is this going to affect you? How is this going to affect the people around you, the community, and even the world? So what will happen if you do boost your energy, maintain your energy, regulate it? What won't happen if you do this? And then what will happen if you don't do it? And what won't happen if you don't do it? So you can ask yourself those questions so you can understand what are the consequences first of you regulating your energy. Because maybe when you go to this party, and let's say in the example, you're an introvert going to this party, maybe if you were to boost your energy just a bit, there's going to be some really positive connections that come out of this party, so it's going to be totally worth it for you to do this. You need to decide, though, because a lot of people, have you ever heard someone say, oh, I walked in there and I totally felt the vibe of the room? That's awesome, feeling the vibe of the room. Are you able, though, to manipulate the energy in your way so that everyone in the room can benefit? Because if you just feel the vibe of the room, and then that vibe of the room just slowly drains you to where you're not feeling good, then what good does that do if you can feel the vibe of the room? So we want to take this a step further, and we want to be able to maintain, boost, regulate our energy so we don't feel drained, or we don't boost it so much to where it's not effective for us either. So this is something that you want to consider as you do this, and there's a few different ways that you can really do this easily and effortlessly, all with the mind. Now you need to understand that the mind and the body and the mind, these things are connected, they're integrated, they're in synergy, they're in harmony, they're in synergy for you. So your emotional, your mental, and your physical factors, these also are affecting your energy levels. So you need to think too, remember earlier, the consequences. What emotions are you feeling? How do you feel mentally and physically? Is it really going to be worth to kind of manipulate your energy how you want it to go if those things aren't regulated? So make sure that you're in a good emotional state, that you have good mental well-being, and physically you feel good in order to do this. So that's something else to consider. So there's a few different little self-hypnosis techniques that work really, really well for guiding you through this, because the unconscious mind, that's one of the prime directives. And I think I mentioned prime directives before. And maybe that's where my student saw, when he looked on that page, what he could do with his unconscious mind. Because I think what he saw was that the unconscious mind, not only does it help us maintain and transmit energy, the unconscious mind, it also needs repetition for habit to be installed. So he noticed that the more he thought positive, the more easy it will be to think positive in the future. So the more you focus on maintaining and regulating your energy, boosting it, whatever it is you want to do, the more you can do that. It's funny how that works, right? It's just like anything else. So many things that you have are an automatic habit. So one way to do this is you can see a dial in your mind, and you can see this dial in your mind at any time to show you how much energy that you want. It's like a dial from 0 to 10, or maybe it's like a combination lock that you opened your locker when you're in middle school or high school. Or maybe it's just a switch or a dial that you open and close, whatever that is for you, something that you lift up, and it can go higher with your energy or lower with the energy. So you can always see something like a dial in your mind, because that's what your mind is doing anyway. It's balancing, maintaining you. It's doing all this naturally. Another prime directive of the unconscious mind, it's replenishing your body. It's preserving your body. So it's doing this with your energy while you sleep. So you can use this dial to think about how much energy you want in any situation. So for the example that I use, let's say I'm going to this party and I have to meet some people. What's the most optimal amount of energy that I'm going to want to have to meet these people? And maybe I set that to a certain amount when I meet them. However, once I'm there, I need to also understand, remember I said you need to consider your emotional state, your mental well-being, and how you're feeling physically. So during the conversation, maybe you feel your energy dropping a bit, or maybe their energy is going up a bit. So then you can use this dial in your mind throughout the conversation, throughout the party, to regulate yourself and regulate other people. So that's one thing that you can really do to balance your energy, maintain your energy. So you can do that on the fly as well. You can do it at any time that you want. You can even do it before you go to sleep. Imagine turning down that dial to the optimal amount for you before you go to sleep. How helpful will that be for you? And imagine all the wonderful things you can think about when you go to sleep, when you set the intention that you'll have the most optimal amount of energy, so your mind can also replenish and refresh and preserve your body while you sleep. And how much trust will that build with you and your unconscious mind? Because remember, you're already in synergy and harmony with this. Now, another way to kind of cleanse yourself with energy that you may or may not want is you can imagine of light energy. So imagine this has a color, imagine this has a shape, a size, and a certain level of intensity. And you can just imagine this energy going into your mind. Then you can imagine this energy going through your mind, because this will give your mind the capability to boost, maintain, regulate your energy. You can imagine this energy going into your throat, and this will give you the ability to communicate how you want to communicate. And you can imagine this light of energy going into your heart, and this gives you the ability to really be in synergy and harmony and feel what you want to feel. Have that physical and mental well-being because of that. And you can imagine this energy going into your core. And this really gives you strength to do what you want to do at any time with this energy. And then this energy can go even lower through your legs. And notice how this can really ground you at any time. So you can also imagine this light of energy at any time. Because anytime that you visualize, then your mind thinks that this is really true. Your mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and imagined. So anytime that you're visualizing this, you can use this to balance your energy, to restore your energy, or you can use it in that specific part of your body to balance, boost, maintain, refresh, replenish something there. And another thing that you can do is you can also use a power minute of self-hypnosis to restore your energy. So the way to do this is all you have to do is you use your finger like a light switch, just like kind of the switch or dial that I mentioned earlier. And when you flip your finger down, all you need to do is close your eyes for a minute, and you can guide your mind to relax, and you can visualize yourself maintaining, balancing, boosting your energy, and put a suggestion in your mind that you're balanced and totally in control of your energy. And after a minute, then you can open your eyes and know that this is complete. So you obviously don't want to do that while driving or anything like that. You can also do that, though, with your eyes open. Just focus for a moment while you're listening. Focus for a moment while you're listening to your mind. And tell your mind that you want to restore and manage your energy at any given time doing that. So you can also use that power minute of self-hypnosis. Really, all this is showing you is that you can access the unconscious mind, which is the creative and intuitive part of your mind, anytime that you want. And this means that you have many more ways that you can really maintain, boost, balance, regulate your energy. This is only a few ways that I'm sharing here. So notice as you do these different things, what works best for you. And maybe you can even share these techniques with others that you know, and you can start to see what works well for them and what is working well for you as well. And then as you share this, everyone around you has better energy about them. Now, how would that feel? I think it would feel pretty good, wouldn't it? So my student, once he realized that he knew what the prime directives of the unconscious mind were, he knew that he had the capability to do much more than he really considered before. And my clients, when they want something really, really specific, they too can really just focus on things like their energy. And this allows them to have that synergy and that harmony and that synergy to really achieve anything that they want. So they're totally focused on what they want, putting effort in their mind. And the more that I really talk to anyone, it gives me more of an opportunity to maintain, balance, boost, regulate my energy. And it also gives me the opportunity to notice the other person's energy as well, because that's really how you can take this skill further. As you get really good at this for yourself, you can notice how you can be flexible in your behavior, and you can create the energy of the whole conversation, the whole party, the whole system, the whole meeting, whatever it is. Or if you're presenting, you can do this as well. You'll be able to read the energy of the room if that's what you focus on, and you'll be able to take that energy where you want it to go. So everyone is in a nice, comfortable state where everyone can feel good. Thanks so much for listening. I really do appreciate everyone who listens to any of these episodes. Like I mentioned earlier, definitely share this with someone who you think will benefit. And wherever you are listening, go ahead and rate the podcast. I really do appreciate any feedback that I get. It really helps me keep making new episodes every single week. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next episode.